Sent for me regarding the son who's gone missing. Maybe connected to what you've been looking for. Did the girl see what it happened? What's happening here? Lantern collapsed.
Alright, film update time, let's get right into it. Here are the best horror films of 2022 according to Variety Part 2. Let's go. Number 5, we have The Black Phone, which is available to watch on Peacock. There are a lot of horror aspects that tie together in this one project. You have director Scott Derrickson, who's known for directing Sinister and Sinister Part 2, and then the story itself is based on the short novel by Joe Hill, who happens to be the son of the iconic Stephen King. This is definitely one of my favorite horror movies of the year. Number 4, we have Resurrection, which is available to rent. Rebecca Hall is no stranger to acting, however she might be finding the peak of her career in this project. This is a thriller-based revenge story that turns dark instantaneously, and possibly the biggest dark horse on this list. Number 3, we have Nope, which is available to rent. This is Jordan Peele's third feature film and easily the most polarizing one yet. What a true cinematic spectacle by Hoyte van Hoytema, who's also known for his visual work in Tenet, Interstellar, Her, and Dunkirk. Get Out will always be the golden child, however don't sleep on the depth that comes from this story. Number 2, we have Barbarian, which is currently in theaters and will be going to HBO Max. This is my personal favorite horror film of the year. The pacing and energy is unlike any horror film in the past, and we get a pleasing taste of quirky comedy embedded throughout a chilling story. The story was inspired by the book The Gift of Fear, which sees a woman ignoring a series of red flags. Before we go to number 1, Variety included a list of honorable mentions which include Pearl, Smile, Deadstream, and Master. And number 1 on this list we have Crimes of the Future, which is available to rent. This is the latest project from director David Cronenberg, who's most famously known for his 1986 film titled The Fly. This unique film on human evolution stars Viggo Mortensen, Léa Seydoux, and Kristen Stewart. Now, what was the biggest snub from this list? That is your film update.
It is with absolutely no hesitation when I say that Barbarian is my favorite horror movie of the year. Now, Barbarian follows a young girl who books an Airbnb for a job interview that she has the next day, but unfortunately when she arrives, she realizes that someone is already staying there and they've been double booked. Now, against her better judgment, she decides to stay at this house anyway because she has nowhere else to go. From this point on, this is where the film becomes incredibly interesting and is unlike anything that you expected. Barbarian is a well-executed film that takes a simplistic idea and flips it on its head and makes it so much more. And one of the most interesting aspects of this film is the use of body cam style footage. These incredibly up close and almost fisheye body cam shots in the film are extremely effective, and I want to see more of it. This, for me, is why Barbarian is getting a 9.5 out of 10. In order to be truly scared by a horror movie, you need to feel as though you are there, and that is what is done here. And I'm just so happy that this film exists. It's the cherry on top of a great year for horror, and I can't wait to see what is going to come in the next 12 months.
Here's how the horror movie Smile uses camera angles to make you scared even in basic dialogue scenes, which typically are never scary. By the way, no spoilers. So instead of framing shots of people talking in the standard way like this, which means putting negative space in front of them in the direction they're looking, the movie instead puts a negative space behind them in the direction they're not looking, which now draws our attention to the background behind the characters. So now within the context of this horror movie, where the hero is being stalked by a monster, this background emphasized framing makes you feel like the monster could pop up into this background at any time, which keeps you at the edge of your seat even when characters are just talking. Therefore, naturally in the dialogue scenes without this technique, you don't get that feeling.
Bergas, Bapak harus melakukan. Bukan mitos, Bergas. Kamu boleh sekolah setinggi yang kamu mau. Tapi jangan lupakan akal. Tugasmu sebagai anak yang berbakti. Biar kami yang berkorban. Biar kami yang menanggung semua dosa. Ini hanya mitos, Bu. Ini hanya mitos, Bu. Ibu percaya mitos, Bu. Ibu dengar, Bu.
Tugas anak ibu. Ibu sayang sama
Ibu dengar, suruh, Bu. Ibu dengar.
Jangan,
Ibu.
Bergas, lihat ibu. Lihat ibu.
Tinebih no kaulo. Saking sedaya pagebluk. Makar lan mungkur. Ugi sedaya kacilakan. Wonten ing saben dasawarsa dinten Rebo pungkasan wulan Safar.
Go back to the calls.
Hey, look out the window.
Welcome to my party, guys. Something crossing up ahead. Keep the girls in the car.
Stay in the car. Okay, just stay in the car.
What happened?
Diabolo. Okay, what's he saying?
Diabolo means devil. seen anything like this. Multiple attacks without eating its prey. Lions don't do that. At least no lion I've ever seen. Shh. Go back to the calls.
Dad, please!
Breathe. Slow down.
We're in his territory now. It's the law of the jungle. It's the only law that matters.
Dad, they've got guns.
Shouldn't be out here.
What are you doing? I've got to get my girls out of here. I need you to trust me right now. I'm coming back.
Don't move, okay?